Hi and good afternoon, everyone. My name is Albert, and this is Vlogs About Nothing. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your Saturday afternoon to join me. I really appreciate it. So, listen, I'm coming at you special midday because my phone won't stop blowing up about how Donald Trump keeps sending on ICE agents over to people that he wants to deport. So today I want to provide a friendly reminder to everybody that you in fact live in the United States of America, and this country does not in and of itself belong to Donald Trump. It does not belong to the Republican Party. It does not belong to any specific governmental branch. I mean, we all learned about the three branches in school, right? And so it's literally very, very misleading and criminal for all intents and purposes. And I'm not sure about y'all, but I wish to not participate in illicit national criminal enterprise behavior. And so I just, besides reminding everybody that you live in a really cool country that actually belongs to you, that's who it belongs to. The country belongs to your neighbor and your neighbor's neighbor and your second cousin that you don't like, you feel me? And that girl that you're seeing on the side, your side chick, and the dude that you're having an affair with, you feel me? All of these people that we interact with, anybody that's anybody that's here is an American, okay? That's just the way it goes. And I think it's really unfortunate that the government, the same guy who, leads a party that wants you to believe they want little government, but yet little government means our taxpayer dollars go to the ICE agency. I mean, come on now. If I wanted to see jokes, I'd watch an early sitcom from the 1990s. It's awful. What's going on right now is awful. The use of the military for domestic purposes to deport um, people that aren't committing crimes. Okay, so we got to be clear with one another. If ICE were deporting all immigrants, I'm pretty sure that I don't know, around 300 million people or so would need to be going back to whatever country that they originally came from. Just a friendly reminder, because if not, then you're a Native American, and we did terrible things to them. Both my lineage, the Spaniards, as well as Europeans, it's called colonialism. And so literal force and war and straight up just stealing made this country what it is. The same country that unironically is now utilizing our own military to send people out of this country. Okay, I just, again, like, this is America. I'm so tired of hearing about Donald Trump. Last night, he fired 11 inspector generals overnight, okay? Like, this guy is stripping away the very infrastructure, the very core of what is supposed to be making this democracy work. And I don't know about y'all, but again, that whole sort of participation in criminal behavior, I just I just want to be clear. You feel me? I, along with a good majority of the American population, do not choose to engage in perpetuating criminal acts against other human beings for simply being here. All right? Like, that's not what's going to happen, okay? I mean, seriously, we're not. There are plans to utilize many other governmental agencies, including your local sheriff, right? Your local elected law enforcement agent and or agency is now going to be, instead of trying to be out in the community, making it a safe place, and just being present and just being a part of the whole vibe of how a democracy should work, those same people that we might need on the sides of roads to, just make sure things are going all right, are the same people that are now going to be going to local communities within places of work. I mean, come on now. What kind of a loser goes into a Jack in the Box to bust illegal Mexicans for working at different locations throughout California? Like, come on, you guys realize that, those people make our food, and that they're not committing crimes, and that now Jack in the Box is going to be unemployed. They're not going to be open for a few days, as many other places aren't going to, right? Because again, like, let's be real with one another. Jack in the Box is that's just a dumb example, right? Obviously, of what would be a really cool place, because here in America, business trumps Trump. You feel me? The American dollar, that's what runs this country, okay? It belongs to us, but the thing in charge is the almighty dollar, right? And so private enterprise, ironically enough, has a lot to lose from this very act that is being, just for all intents and purposes, if we're talking business, right? I mean, talk to a farmer in the Midwest or in Southern California or in Central Arizona. The fruit and the produce that you eat is most likely harvested from somebody that is undocumented or is here on a work visa, or I mean, that's just the reality. And I think that you'd be kind of insane if you didn't know that by now. So a core of the fabric of what our country is made out of is just like people that are in it. I mean, I think we can all just make that very common agreement that, again, if you're here, you're not breaking the law technically. I mean, what are we to say who's breaking the law? Our commander in chief right now is engaging in a worldwide Ponzi scheme as he has his first week in office. He's using departments of justice, departments of the military to engage executive orders. Like, this isn't okay. I'm just saying, this, what is going on right now is just, it's not okay. And I think we should all be having this conversation, because I think it's hilarious. I think that most Republicans will tell you that they're Republicans because they want less government. And I agree with that at some point. You want little government in some things in your life, right? Like, you don't want micromanagement. You don't want a social, like, this isn't a video game. We don't want social credit scores. Like the weird things like that, totalitarian, dystopian, authoritative, fascist kinds of things. We don't want the government doing those things, right? What we do want the government doing is providing us with a safe and healthy infrastructure. We want universal basic income. We want universal health care. We want student loans to be forgiven so that bubble that will inevitably pop won't hurt the government. Because, again, we've entered an age of business where there's no failing. I mean, you've heard the expression too big to fail. So what happens when large corporations make too many bad decisions and can't pay their bills? Nothing. Nothing happens, because, that whole fiat currency thing, the idea that we all live in a world of hopes and dreams, because money is based on the value of nothing, and it's printed from some building in some place here or wherever it is. That should all blow our minds. And I think that for those of us that know, right from wrong and left and right and up and down, I mean, I think we know these things. And so I don't want to be the dude. You feel me? Like, ICE comes asking me questions about, I don't know anything. You feel me? I don't know nothing about anything. Like, Mr. Uncle Sam, why are you being like this? Why you got to do this right now? So it's important for communities to really recognize the severity and the direct impact that going on daily raids is going to have on this country. It's not making us look good, okay? Just for the record, like, the world is laughing at us. They don't laugh with us, they laugh at us, even when we think they're laughing with us. But you'd have to be a clown to believe that, I mean, you'd also have to be a clown to become president so that you can sell a meme coin. I mean, holy macaroni. You'd think that, like, it wouldn't be this bad, but it is this bad. And I'm not sure why lawmakers and judges all over the country aren't doing their job, so maybe we should make a few phone calls, write a few letters. There's these things that we can do to redress our grievances in an appropriate, lawful, legal, peaceful way, in a diplomatic kind of fashion. You feel me? Like that's it, right? I mean, I'm just saying that I don't want to engage. I don't want to be a part of a government that uses its military to go to fast food restaurants to bus people so that they can send them back to wherever they're from. Mainly Mexico, right? Because we're picking on Mexico, Mexicans for some reason right now. Or, I mean, we want Mexico to be a part of America, but we're sending everyone back. Trump blows my mind. I mean, goodness. There's got to be case studies about this guy, for like centuries to come. This is a guy, right? This is some dude. Anyways, he's sort of like that friend that we all have that we don't want, the rich guy, the rich kid that like breaks everything, has no right from wrong reasoning, and is just all kind of everywhere all the time. His new best friend is the other best friend that has the most money in the room, and when that best friend doesn't have any money, it's the new best friend with the next amount of money. You feel me? This is the way the world works, and it's like nothing changes, you go through high school and you go through these things, you enter college and you think things are cool, you go to graduate school and you realize the world's on fire, you then enter into a profession where you spend 50 years, and at the end of that profession you go right back to acting like a kid, right? Like it's some sort of popularity contest, and this country is all about you, and I'm just gonna, I'm gonna Putin this out. Like, right? Forget this democracy. What governmental agency do I need to fire today? I mean, again, what's happening is real, and it's really impacting a lot of people, and I can joke about it all day. You feel me? I mean, that's just because, I mean, I don't work for the government, and I mean, my family's been here for a long time, so whatever, dude. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I don't know. It's really frustrating, and I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to do. There's nothing that we can do. There's nothing that we can say. I mean, we can talk about it, so we can say things, and we got to be careful and appropriate of what we say. You feel me? But then at the same time, like, there are things that we can do. So keep in mind that you have elected representatives, and that they have a constitutional mandate to listen to y'all, even if they don't want to. I mean, again, a democratic republic, that's just how it works. Okay, so if you got a phone, if you got fingers that work, call your local representative, call your local senator, call your local congressperson. Take 5 minutes out of your day to write a letter to remind the government that what they're doing is illegal, and that we don't want to participate, and that, like, the president is this guy. We really need to study some constitutional law and really rein in what he can and can't do, and understand why he can and can't do those things before it's too late. You feel me? Because, the clock is ticking, and we have every reason to be very concerned about how one man can very single handedly strip apart hundreds of years of work put in by people that have a vested interest in keeping this business going, all right? Donald Trump doesn't have a good record with businesses. You feel me? He's got a worse record than I do. His businesses have all gone bankrupt. He's only ever committed fraud. He's only, I mean, again, allegedly, right? We know that the 13th district in the Supreme Court in New York City did a wonderful job of dismissing his case right before his swearing testimony. I mean, again, like, shade is shade, you feel me? And I'm not making anything up that isn't actual fact. And that is what bothers me, is that if any other of us, like anybody else out here, like, again, people are being sent back to their country for flipping burgers. If anybody else ever did anything wrong, people get profiled and pulled over in their car when they're going to the grocery store to get milk to feed their family. Their lives change in a time frame that we can't even imagine. You feel me? Like, this isn't okay. Young people, write the letters, call the offices, make the videos. You feel me? Let other people know that we pay attention, and that we don't want to be a part of it. That's all that we can do, but it's something. Because if we do nothing, like, usually I'm all for doing nothing. This is the whole point of my life, right? But there's sometimes where you got to make a stand, and you have to do something. And This is one of those times. This is literally one of those times. If there were any one of those times, we have to be concerned about other human beings and how we treat them, and how the fact that, philosophically speaking, a world judges a country by how a country treats its least off people. And right now, we're not looking real good. Again, that's just, it's not a progressive way to be. It's not a way of the future. And, I'm open for business. I don't know about y'all. We should be open for business. That's what makes us money. You know what doesn't make us money? Like giving tax cuts to the wealthiest of people, listening to Sam Altman on his pedestal talk about generative AI, while he and Elon Musk duke it out as if this is some sort of, villainous DC Marvel crossover scenario IRL, while Trump is all in the middle of this, governing the most powerful government in the entire world. Like, those are all real things that are happening. And so it should be worth our time. It should be worth our time. It is worth our time. This country is better than this. This country is the future. This country needs to be around in 500 years. It needs to be around in 600 years. That is how important right now is. This is a turning point, and we really have to do our best to make sure that this man doesn't completely strip away all of our rights, all while just making it known that if we don't agree with him, we're somehow going to be punished for that. Last time I checked, we live in America, and that's not the way this goes. So, I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to keep talking to y'all from the comfort of my room, in my place, in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Just chilling. I'm going to finish eating this egg roll and have this banana. I'm a real simple guy, I don't want to sell you meme coins. I don't want to take over the world. I don't want Sam Altman to, take billions of dollars from federal taxpayers because he wants to put it in his pocket so that he can compete with Elon Musk for the world's wealthiest man. I'm not about this. This is what's going to happen. And whatever, I hope that it gets better before it gets worse. And I hope that us as Americans do what's right. And we know what's right. And what's right is to make those phone calls, write those letters, and have the conversations with our family, and especially listen to the youth and explain to younger people that being racist and being discriminatory and supporting a government that makes other people leave, like literally, like just say that out loud. We're not fascists. That's not what America is. That's not what we are. That's not who we are. So, have those conversations, because if you talk about them out loud, you'll begin to quickly realize that what's happening is complete BS. And if we don't have these conversations, tomorrow we'll be walking outside and we're all going to be greeted by the Department of the Army. You feel me? I'm not this is how it starts, guys. I'm just saying we need to really read some history here. Okay. I hope that you guys have a really good day, all right? Thanks for taking the time out of your day to join me. Bye.